What's going on, everybody? I'm Shy. This is the TheDollarTree. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Yes, timestamps are in the description. Give me a like button. Smash the thumb on that like button because I'm giving you guys the timestamps in the description. I know how we gets down on YouTube. Patreon, 1,000 subscribers. However, things kick up. More user engagement. I'll consider doing the Patreon at 500 subscribers. So make sure you leave a comment, hit the like button, share the video, please. Don't forget, of course, subscribe to the channel, especially if you're interested in technical analysis, learning about the markets, learning about finance, investing, different stuff like that in regards to cryptocurrency. And don't forget credit as well. Let's take a look at Uniswap. Yes, that's what you mostly came here for, I presume. It did exactly what I said it was going to do. Broke down before it broke up. And when it broke up, it came and retested at $3.40, $3.60 resistance, depending on the exchange. So what do we expect now? What do we expect now from Uniswap? All right, let's talk about it. But before we get into it, I want to dive a little bit deeper into the ideology of investing in Uniswap. What can we look forward to in Uniswap? So there's two scenarios. Before I talk about price movement, you need to understand this, right? Because I don't want to get your hopes up and talk about where the price could not go before I explain market cycles, not explain market cycles, but I talk about the cycle and the potential for price increase or decrease. So Uniswap came out, of course, had a nice run up. That's what these coins do when they come out. And for the most part, they'll have a very nice run up. Now, Uniswap had a really good run up, mostly because of, it's Uniswap, very popular exchange, well known in the crypto community. So it benefited from that. However, just like everything, what goes up must come down, and it came all the way down. So it came out. Let's take a look here at the chart. Came out, put in a high of $8.63, came all the way back down. Currently at the low $3 price range, as you can see on this chart. So what's my reason for saying this? Because this isn't anything different or opposite of what I already told you in the Uniswap video, but I am going to give you something different in this video. What am I going to give you different? What's different is the scenario of what can happen going forward. Let's take a look. Let's think about where we are right now in the market as far as cryptocurrency. All right. So right now in the market, over the summer, these altcoins had a stupendous, beautiful run up. We're talking about Vechain 14x, SXP 26x, ALGO ran all the way up to 75 cent from 19 cent, lower 13 cent, really. Like, we have to put into perspective the run up that happened for these coins. Now, there's a scenario as far as the bull run, when the altcoins run up and when Bitcoins run up, that I really want to talk about in the following video. We know what Uniswap did, so I'm just going to break this down for you guys, and I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to give you a valuable update on Uniswap. Okay, let's start right now. Let's bring up this chart. You can see when I drew that original chart, it broke to the downside as explained. Came back up, retested that $3.60 after testing that introductory price of $2.60, around that $2.60 range, depending on the exchange. But on this particular exchange, it came down. It was $2.26, and it came down and tested that area at $2.47 that you can see on this screenshot. Okay, now what is the scenario of Uniswap, and what are we looking at? This is what we're looking at, and I'm going to tell you, if this happens, do that. If that happens, do this. Okay, so if this happens, if Uniswap continues lower, your first entry, your first ideal entry you're probably want to make sure that it tests and bounces from that $2.47 or slightly lower introductory price range. That set your alerts for that. Keep your eye on the price for that. Okay. Now, here's the problem with that before we continue. The problem with that is Bitcoin has not filled that gap. So you need to pay attention to this. If it comes down to test that $2.47, $2.30, and Bitcoin has came down and filled that gap, that is great entry. And if it has not filled that gap, you may see lower prices from Uniswap. Now, if you see a bounce in the midterm, don't worry about that. How is that any different from what I said previously when I said it breaks down before it up? It broke down, bounced, came up, retested that trend line, and came back down. Exactly. So now, if that happens, that's what you're looking at. Bitcoin comes down, fill the gap. Uniswap follows coming down with the bearish sentiment in the market currently. That's a great entry. If that's a potentially great entry, if you see the bounce and the market turns bullish again around January, February. Now, if the alternative happens, if that happens, if something else happens like this, okay, Bitcoin continues higher, Uniswap continues lower, then you're going to look to get in below $2 if Uniswap does not hold that lower $2.47 and lower as support and breaks even lower. If you see, mind you, it breaks down before it breaks up. Keep that in mind. 70% of the time, it's going to break down before, 70% of the time, it's going to break down before it breaks up. All right. So if you're looking at getting into Uni long term, and I stated I was thinking about scaling into Uni, I will only scale into Uni once we're at the tail end of the bear market. Okay, the tail end of the bear market. So I need to see Uniswap come down to 80 cents, 50 cents, maybe even lower. Because remember, like I showed you on those screenshots, the price a lot of times will come up strong, go up, but come down. You'll have strong, 40, 60, 80%, maybe even 100%, depending on the likeness of the coin, or the liking of the coin. On the way down, you'll see them green wicks and those spike ups, but it will continue to the downside. And it's actually creating its own cycle. So keep in mind also over time that Uniswap is creating this cycle right at the end of a nice summer bull run up for altcoins. All right. So there you have it right there. If you want to get into Uniswap, be patient. Let it break down before it breaks up, and keep track of what Bitcoin is doing. I did give you a nugget about following the price of Ethereum. So do that as well. If you start to see Ethereum move higher and Uniswap pull lower, keep that in mind as well. We're collecting data because, Uniswap is a fairly new coin. And understand, if you are putting $1,000, $500, $200, $2,000 in Uniswap right now with these current prices, you're going to need to make sure you're going to have way more money to put in the bear market once it starts to really take a dive and bottom out. All right. I know that's not what a lot of people want to hear, but okay, fine. I'll give you listen, I already gave you a pretty decent neutral scenario. I'll give you a bullish scenario. All right. The bullish scenario is it comes down with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin comes down to fill that 9,600 to 9,900 futures gap, if it doesn't continue to all-time highs, because that's a possibility as well, I discussed. Bitcoin, say this is what Bitcoin does. It comes down to fill that gap. And Uniswap come down as well, back to that $2.47, maybe a little bit lower, and puts in a double bottom, somewhere around a double bottom. Then you may see a great bounce out of Uniswap, and it may come up to not only retest, but break $3.60 and really test that bullish zone of $4.14 to $4.24. And if it breaks that and holds on a continued run up for the continued bull market that we're suspecting, then you will see Uniswap try and retest or even break those all-time highs put in at $8.63. But a lot of that has to happen in the interim. So subscribe to the channel and I will keep you up to date on that. Let's move on. The recent article came out. I'm going to put it up here on the screen about the UK. Some people were saying in titles, UK banning crypto. That's not true. OK, they were banning cryptocurrency derivatives, options, futures, anything that you can bet on the price of cryptocurrency using leverage, things like that. And they're saying that this will help save people money. OK, the reality of it is it's only for in America, we call it accredited investors. So to the person who asked me in the comment section about where he could buy crypto and the best cheap exchanges to buy crypto, I'm going to put another screenshot up here on the screen and show you from a pretty basic Google search, which is not as accurate, which is going to give you something else. Be patient, of what is allowed in the UK at the moment. Now, here's the thing. You also asked me about learning how to trade and learning the markets because you're a young guy. I already told you about the trading group in the last video. Okay, you can go ahead and join that and invest in yourself. You learn how to trade. I'm not gonna do the irresponsible thing and tell you how to get on an exchange, and you will not even know how to read the console and different things like that. If you want to immediately get into the market and just start investing, One exchange that is inexpensive, not as expensive as Coinbase, actually, that you can use is Uphold. All right, I'm gonna put a screenshot of it right here on the screen. Uphold is available for UK customers. They also have very good rates as far as deposits, withdrawals, and trades on their, basic beginners like exchange. However, if you want something more advanced as far as reading charts, trading markets, that is much, much more complex, and it is highly recommended that you invest in yourself and join the trading group. All right. So that is the first step for you guys who in the UK, even in the US, if you want to get invested in cryptocurrency, the first thing is to get it, understand it, do some research on it, do a few videos, watch a few videos on it, and get an understanding of it. Start following the market. Look at the markets on a daily basis. Just check it out. Look at the charts, see what you're looking at, and subscribe to the channel. Yes, because you can learn a lot about me putting up screenshots and going over some of these charts. All right. And don't forget also on the Patreon, I will be talking about how to make money in a downing market. Okay. There are a lot of things that may interest you guys who really want to get into crypto, and you're not worried about only making money in the bull market, only making money on run-ups. I'm gonna wait till next video, but I'm gonna actually show you an example of this. Guys, stick around. Patreon coming soon. Next video, I will be talking about great cryptocurrencies to invest in. Now, I did a video on currencies better than Bitcoin to invest in at that time of the run-up. However, as you know, things change in the market so rapidly that those older videos aren't as accurate as they previously were. So I will do another video on that. That will be the next video. Okay, the best cryptocurrencies to invest in will be the title. However, that's subjective. Okay, and the market changes rapidly. So just letting you guys know up front. You can follow us on Instagram at the.dollar.tree. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm Leo Calm. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm Leo Calm. All right. CALM. Much appreciated. And okay, now we're in overtime. All right. So let's let our hair down. Let's chat. When it comes to cryptocurrency and investing in crypto, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you are going to be the one managing this, you need to put a lot of attention. You need to give it a lot of attention. And if you have no intent on giving it a lot of attention, you need to make sure that you have a strategy or a setup that allows you to have a scheduling to when you want to come back to it. However, you also need to have an app like this, BitUniverse, where you can actually set up your picks, set up your favorites, keep track of the markets, market cap, and most importantly, set alerts. Okay, set alerts. Because like I stated a lot of time, let the market tell you when to invest. So once you learn crypto, you watching these videos, you watching other videos, you're really ingratiating yourself and getting involved into the markets because you're taking your investment serious and you see the opportunity not only to make money in an up market, but also make money in a down market, something that I will be talking about on the Patreon. Yes, I am pushing the Patreon. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button, because make sure you share the video as well, because the faster we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll consider it at 5, the sooner we can get the Patreon going. And just so you know, it will be very, 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 very affordable. I will only consider anything expensive depending on the amount of material and the material content as well as involvement available on the Patreon. Okay, so I'm always a fair guy, of course. So, but that's pretty much it, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to the subscribers. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Yes, appreciate everybody for coming through. And I will see you guys in the next video, because I'm going to try and do this back to back thing. So today is Saturday. This video is going to go up today. And tomorrow is Sunday. I'm definitely going to be doing another video tomorrow. And that will be as I discussed previously, great crypto investments. All right. Great long-term crypto investments. And remember, it's not about getting in. It's about when you get in, right? You can get in something like Ethereum at $400. But then you watch the price come back down to $250. Oh, it didn't get there yet, but don't be surprised if it does pretty soon with Bitcoin pullback. Just keep that in mind, all right? That's why on the Patreon, I will be talking about investment strategies, and particularly accumulation zones. All right, accumulation zones. All right, that's something that's very important, especially for people who don't, have the time to be involved in the markets on a regular. All right, appreciate everybody for watching. I'm Sha. This is the Dollar Tree. Thank you guys for hanging out, and we are gone. We out. I'll see you guys in the next video.